guys, welcome back to Yoli Spaces. My name is Yoli Spaces and you are?
IVIWE, LAMANI. I'm sure you know me by now.
Definitely. I guess. So, guys, I have introduced to you a new segment, which is the careers, whereby I'll be bringing you young professions that will be telling you about what they do in their respective fields. And today I've got one of my great friends.
The cool, sassy teacher.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Today I have Evie with me, who will be telling us more about what she does, and will sure give you an idea of Mama Wambinjanina. Just in case, if you want to follow in her steps. And now being sassy or cool teacher. Evie, you studied?
I studied Bachelor of Education at CPT. I major in Science and Technology, but I teach everything. Also, figure schooling. You take what you get. To be quite honest, I teach maths. I hate maths. But anyway, I studied BeD, 4 years CPT. Love it. I love it. Passionate about it. Always knew I wanted to be a teacher though, because that's when I think I was in grade 4, hostel, and it was free time, so Lala school, and of course I was the teacher.
Okay.
And this is my thing,
Educational purpose.
Educational purpose.
Educational purpose. So for you to study this course in varsity, which subjects did you do in high school?
Well, you can do any subjects in high school.
Okay.
Preferably the subjects you would like to teach.
Okay.
So now I did science, I did economics as well. Hey, that didn't more mission because
yeah, I think that's
they wanted me to do something else. I wanted to do something else. So I had a variety of subjects. And then when I got to varsity, first year I did everything, all the subjects. When I arts and culture, when I doing everything. And then third year I chose major exam. Then I chose science and I chose technology. And up until fourth year, and then got to do those subjects right.
You made quite a good point. Lendia parents, it's something that we need to discuss, and I think I'll just need to have parents. I'll have to sit down with them. DKNG, Dizamba Kondo, Baba Kanjani man.
I got status. How can I physiotherapist?
Yes,
because we miss them.
And abanye babo now you have abanye who wanted to be and could not be now. They want you to live their dream.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is unfair on the lay. And and then would expect and I
yeah, one thing for sure. Because my mom's a teacher, and when I wanted to do teaching, she was like, no, and I was just like,
because she knows the ins and outs of the field, so this is why she was like redirecting you to something else.
Which else experiences aren't going to be the same.
Definitely,
she's more of a strict teacher, and like I said, I'm more of a cool teacher. So
I mean, times are not the same as well, and generations.
So definitely.
What are the disadvantages or the challenges or struggles that you came across while studying? Did you get where you were like, I love this whole teaching thing, but maybe I'm not cut out for it?
I think when you go to a teaching practice, that's where you do your practicals, right? And you get a taste of the school. What's it like being a teacher? I think I've always chosen schools that I've sort of Nizam, like the schools I attended.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, cool, no, I can do this. Till fourth year, guys. Very different from what I'm used to. Double the number of learners in a classroom. So you can imagine them go, guys. I cried. A credit lesson, and it went bad because those kids were a lot. Like we were, maybe this is not it.
Not for me.
Final year, decided about this is not it. Just because of this call, and weirdly, I work at a school. So it was fourth year when I was like, hey, maybe this is not for me, just because of the different school that I went to for practice teaching that kind of like changed it. But then it was a learning experience as well for me, because somewhere along the line I was going to have to get out of the comfort zone and being about where I'm going to work one day, It wasn't a guarantee, but I'm going to work at the type of school I attended, I could have been deep in the lollies, and I was going to have to adapt or die.
And still be a cool teacher.
And still be a cool teacher.
And what's the things that you enjoyed while studying the course?
I think it's definitely I would SACS. I did my practicals at SACS 2016, and listen,
SACS, guys, SACS,
yes.
right?
South African College, Pioneer Lands. Anyway, I did my practicals and the type of learners, the respect, the number of learners. There was like 25, and I really got 25. I felt like a teacher. God, this is student teacher, mind you, but it's the way the kids are taught, man, that stood out for me as well. That got me excited, but I can do this every day because they make you feel special. You feel like am I excited for Lambians?
Also, like the number is manageable.
Exactly. Oh, says a low number.
Okay.
Because I've got double that number.
Yeah, manageable.
And now I've got double that number.
Yeah, you enjoyed sex because like I think it be on and you're right for when to do your practice or whatever because you get like got you more comfortable with what you're doing.
It was definitely comfort zone, to be quite honest.
You studied, you finished studying, you got your qualification, and then you had to working class.
Like young adults.
Young adults.
Not very excited, but excited. Then I guess needs it, don't worry. But
it's a scam.
It's a scam, to be quite honest. Graduated 2018, December. Most of his was changes. Otherwise, I was probably going to graduate the following year.
Yeah.
So graduated December, summer grad, and so I was on a bursary. So bursaries was kind of gone. And get was going to be like very early the following year. I think it was the 8th of January. Mind you, TikTok. Like a lot of the kids I went to school with already have schools and whatsoever. Started quiet, like very quiet.
You know?
Only for my bursary to call me like 2-3 weeks after schools opened, by the way. So what I did was I was on Facebook and I joined these teacher groups or whatever, and then I saw that there's a school close to my house. It's not that close, but they had a vacancy for grade 7 teacher, science, technology. I was like, good shot there, I must,
I'm
excited to tell my mom. I was like, Mama, my dear. It was the day before my dream. It's like an ungodly hour's food. So I tell my mom, same time. My mom's supposed to go to school that day because most teachers always open a bit earlier.
Yeah.
So can you see it? Hey, people are so rude. People get attitude, snacks and people interview. And then I also bump into a girl I studied with as well. But you can go into the field already while you still study. But I'll find it.
Yeah, that's as long as it's gonna put bread on it, which is,
and that's really true.
Doesn't like and this because first of all, we are made to study very hard.
Yeah.
We're made to do as practicals or in-service training. We're meant to work while studying, and then once we have the qualifications there, we're like
you have to accept
then minimum. In just for the sake of sebenzing.
Mental health yakho
actually.
And I feel like it must be one more but anyway, so fine. I was there since even before 8, only to get interviewed at 1 o'clock.
Whoa.
Number 1, very unprofessional.
Whoa.
And then my mom getting she's like, principal and whatever. That time she doesn't even know her because it was the acting principal as well. And then eventually go in. But saying carefully because there was a sir there that was there as well. Because discipline, whatnot.
Yeah, okay.
Fine, went in and then did what I had to do, but I was over it. I was very over it because we're very unprofessional. And
as well.
For an interview. Fine, cool, no problem. In about an hour and a half later, I get a call by, listen, start tomorrow. I'm like, what do you mean? What? I couldn't believe it. Like I was at my mom's work because after pasa school inside there, why you clean now, but I'm start tomorrow. I was like, God, shut up. And then started and wasn't very exciting, to be quite honest.
But ubusebenza.
Because I felt like as a new teacher, I didn't have a mentor.
Yeah.
I was more of a student teacher than an actual teacher. In that class, then on an HOD. It was not nice.
Was anything planned for you? Like
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I was thrown in the whatever Tina was saying.
In the deep, ne?
In the DPS, but hey, I asked and I was like, and then 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks in it. But my phone had mamela, Nazis call les asses go 100, but go mamela. I didn't even want to teach in Cape Town. So now
I remember you wanted to leave so bad.
Hey, did you overwhelmed? I don't even know what to do. And my mom was just like, oh yeah, dreams shattered. Okay, now pull my blonde. I phone again by my current school because now if I get CV like the previous year. And I was quite shook that they even still had it, you know, because most people just take CV last, you know.
That's messed up.
Daddy hesitant because the phone I was sitting, no. I was just like, no, but I have a friend. I got Pangeli at the moment. I can recommend. Got to know if for now, and so I was like, this thing silly class CV. But I try and the next day I call I get pan that it's on my late man calling my get
Saya punctually there.
So I died again. Dada impressed now Baba impressed. Got right. I was just like, okay, good shot. I'm in. Because they said they would extend my contract.
Okay.
Because with the other school, it was only for a term. But in the Bayenza, they renew it every term. But to Papa, obviously, at the same time, 1 year.
Okay.
Good shot. Because then I know band is safe.
Yeah, so
and then Tabu Yaji, my day continued. Towards the end of the day, and the office that in there resign with immediate effect. Oto I know why. The figure that I don't know about I'm a new teacher. I was supposed to be assigned a mentor that's going to show me the ropes, because you know when teaching practice is very different when you in the business now. It's 2 different things. So I just felt like you are us and I'm not going to be able to cope. It's going to take me a very long time to adapt because no one's assisting me. I tell them that if I'm a scholar and that my contract is long, got to know this is a renewed that I can't.
No. And the other thing, if you came up with this, but ABC, it was going to be like ungrateful.
Another thing,
you know, it's going to be like ungrateful because
that's the thing, you know. So again, I was getting a scholar the next day, you know, the very next day. Started, and it's been a journey. We'll go into that.
Whereas on social media, nasazindabeni, umana kuvezwa as videos abantwana disrespecting the educators, local cases whereby they would stab educators zabo and kwenziwe nje into snacks, you know. Zange kodwa at some point like koyikise into kuba okay lento nzawu experience le.
You know that like it probably happens to like certain teachers, certain schools, certain areas. I've experienced it firsthand. Certain, in fact, like I've experienced it. I had a learner, I don't want to mention my school name. I don't want to mention the area as well for my own safety. The area is very dangerous. It's gangs, a lot of violence, so abanana and the so what they say at home, they bring to school. I've had a colleague of mine say, I'm a video as one painting because what I feel and give was reprimanded because so gate.
But I understand it because I mean whereby you're expected to discipline them. But bad discipline or reprimanding them. You're not my parent.
Yeah.
You know, how does that make you feel? Because I mean, like, it means my boy, my girl, you're spending with me.
That's the problem. And technically, parents are always like, no, exactly.
You know,
but the first parents meeting, but you can go
because you spend almost the entire day with you.
The very same.
Exactly, because if when as the educator you're expected to take responsibility or accountability of whatever that has happened to the kid, but now umntana xa sento ezifani again ukuba kaloku akazalwa nguwe isebenza njani le nto.
So this whole thing of bad discipline starts at home. I can assure you now, it's discipline good against this school. And I think that's where the problem is, where abantwana act out because
from India.
So now we have to take over and you'll just sitata over like you know takina geza ngomnana wabe umama kiyalezilwa no I guess funeka no. So when you do that I feel umzali but abeneni attitude uqoma. In fact, you know what,
so nithini kangani
aba confused bona qala
ndenze njani
thina ke ngoku and obviously naqala kodwa don't take everything to heart. Yenze le uzoyenza fundisa wamamela kamamela.
What sucks is uyakwazi yenza. I think this is where lendiyenza ngomisa athi umuntu bana mna nampasa grade ntoni so
that's my line. I passed grade 7 more than 10 years ago.
So I did that because I feel like it's very important in Doba Bazali to work hand in hand with Umis, you know, because I mean at the end of the day one was for abandon. So if I think example that I would make is when you have got two parents, right, the mother and the father, and mother would be strict and atitele no, don't do this. I think so then I feel like it also happens when it comes to educators and parents. And then I feel
it's true.
As e-combos are not communicating.
I think the problem is because parents don't attend teacher meetings, parent-teacher meetings.
So they can have these conversations.
I know, because we always have beginning of the year where you meet the teacher, you'll have 50 kids, but you'll have 10 parents. Where are the other parents? And those kids don't live alone, they've got guardians. Surely anyone can come. They'll use excuses of, I'm working. That time half of them don't even work. But I had a learner, I think 2 years ago, where what walk away to a city, no mama kept panging. So you get
it's also possible that to the meetings, they're not handing them over to the parents.
Because I can't.
The other thing is you deal with abantwana who come from different homes. And how many kids are in a class?
That was my number. 2020, no, 2019 50, 2020 was 47, 48, 47.
Oh, 47 or 48, 50.
Exactly. Day one.
You've got 50 different personalities under one roof.
Under one roof, you can imagine. And you're with 12, 13, 14, 15 is dangerous. So you can imagine.
How do you deal with such?
On a daily, I die. I'm sure I'm not an alcoholic yet. So tell me everything to celebrate from its stress. No, but I think for somewhere you have to
yeah.
Because that way because I did that. I created a very strong bond with my class, especially my class. But with my class, because I spent so much time with them, I created a bond. We became friends, but don't forget I'm the teacher.
Yeah.
Got to a point we were so close that in the base balogi essay guys, boyfriends and girlfriends kissings,
cool teacher. Cool teacher. And about boundaries and
level. That I'm a bit step higher than when so but that's how close we were. I think that's how it worked out for me. But respect each other, be cool with each other, but also remember I'm a step
definitely
higher than you are. So I think that's how I managed the 47 personalities. Did have a couple of learners that did not get along with. So they needed something, then there was suddenly sweetie pies. Sweetie pies. I'm gonna check the little shit out of it. So yeah, but it's a handful. It's so weird. Like I'm starting work soon. I'm not too excited about the class I'm going to be getting this year. I'm more excited about the learners I taught last year and for their journey to high school. Because I think I spent half of the time talking about high school. What to prepare for high school. I prepared them mentally for high school. I got a lot of no, I'm being dramatic, no, I'm lying, but I got a lot of learners as well that were, I need to take this in because
lo mntu experience, she knows.
Eyangoku futhi.
She's been there.
I'm the
Like,
youngest teacher
exactly,
in school,
exactly.
So did a fresh experience as a high school compared to other teachers. So like I'm very excited for their journey. And a lot you need to understand, like the area I work in, a lot of them don't finish matric. Grade 7 is probably a huge achievement with your mini prom and all of that. That's probably the only matric ball prom, whatever you're going to have, because abaya mafiki to matric because obviously those
circumstances.
So like I tried to talk about it so they can get excited about, okay, this is what high school is about. Have that feel.
What's waiting for me?
Because once you finish that road, like once you cross over to high school, you step closer to becoming what you want. So I think a lot of the entire year we spoke a lot about high school.
What to expect,
everything around the age or everything around high school, everything that happens now going further up in your life. So I think that was also another way to worm them in, to excite them, to motivate them as well. Because I can rest assured they were very excited and scared too, but
definitely. But by years, at least what to expect.
What to expect,
Like for example, in grade 12, we had a grade head yet name. So he always emphasized on what's going to happen once we leave high school. What's going to happen in varsity or whatever. Like why best preparation. Like in high school. And I even remember when it came to Ubazi prefect, normally kukhetwa based on merits. You're very clever, you're very smart, whatever. I was like, prefect. And you don't have leadership skills. You lack those qualities to be prefect, but get one the role just because of you are book smart. So what?
Nonsense.
Shame.
Kind of popularity, you can mad if your parents donate to the school. When I captain your first team,
privileged, hey, very privileged.
Very privileged.
But the thing is, what they done was we had to apply to be privileged. We had to submit a CV and motivation letter. Afterwards, we were called in for interviews, guys. It was serious. I think this is why after I even left high school, my first year studying varsity in Kandi, film settings, whatever, I was so confident in my interviews because like Sandy I've learned something in high school already. So I feel like it's very nice, like like when in your grade 7, in your grade 12, 11, 12, so that they can like prepare you and you know about.
Because we actually do that with head prefects. I'm part of that committee as well. So we work with the grade 6 teachers. So because we choose the prefects from grade 6 already, and to become a head prefect, you have to sell yourself.
They
had this thing that I figured I changed on nonsense footage where one colored, one black, one Afrikaans. That is screw that.
Why?
Screw that. I say
I understand.
I don't care if there's 4 black heads. So be it. If there's 4 colored heads, so be it.
If
Afrikaans, my benjalo. Because what tattoos ban, got this ban, was not tattoo on the spot.
Let me tell you, like as the characteristics or the traits, whatever to be. Because who prefect like you being a leader. But then just because.
I was Bani, and they're Afrikaans learner, and then English learner. So the girl must be from an English class, then the boy must be from an Afrikaans class, or the Isitosa class. That's how I nonsense young. Because I looked at, I think it was 2019, and the head boy for me was just
not supposed to be the head boy.
I was just like, no, not that he wasn't supposed to, but he didn't have that thing. And so when I joined last year, criteria. So I understand, and no man, doesn't work.
It's not working.
No, sweetie. And then 2020 we had 2 girls from the Isitosa class, and then I think the boys were from the Afrikaans class. In my I'm an English teacher, so I'm a class he head prefect from even from it deputy, that I'm okay with it. I'm because they didn't stand out, and I use your tattoo because and now this year I have the head and the head girl and boy are in my class, and I don't care this was my turn to get head now, but it just we can't really have, because now this is Otata the deputy because of this, but he didn't stand out the way everyone was impressed. But the systems as it turned out us, and
it's sad. Most of the time, But most of the time kuthiwa, because now I know this firsthand. Into yokuba educators, and educators give attention, kind of most attention to the brighter bulb in the room. Inyani le?
Hey, to be honest, I can
Well, I mean, like now from my years of studying, I know it.
I'd like to think I'm a neutral teacher, man.
Okay.
But obviously, you have your bright stars. But what I've learned last year, bright stars, I'm zazindika. But bayadika. Yo, not because but clever, but personality. I think
okay.
They were just very annoying. Not when it came to there was this one boy. He was a good athlete. He was quite smart, and he thought the world revolved around him. And that started with previous teachers making believe that the world revolves around you, and you went babish. Figure I was just like, no. And he would try very hard to pick her all the time.
Yes,
so
something just came to my head.
Attention. I was like, no, sweetheart. So I feel like my smart kids were a bit more on the annoying side.
I think too much. Clever, very smart. So
never motivator, yes, and all of that. But there was just something that just really annoyed me. I like learners that work hard.
Yes.
Because I had a learner, umiswake wa last year, wayembekekile last year abantwana bebezawufeyila.
Oh.
I was just like, okay. So I focus a lot on those learners. And then but there was no problem with the school. It's just that sentence structures I could do teta past future present young so I was like, hey, let's work.
Which is something that can be fixed.
It's something that can be fixed, And even with maths, I felt like whereas I strong point. So I was like,
instead of another working with formulas,
work out whether you take 20 million things, papers to work it out, or you use different things and methods to work it out, and it worked for her. But she was, because we didn't have awards, but she would have been my most improved learner because she was more of a 40 kind of vibe, kind of learner. End of the year, she was pushing 60s to 70s. And I was just like, how were you going to fail? You just needed a bit of a push and a bit of attention, or just finding out what the problem is. And being excited, she would work at home, at homework. Actually, and I understand the app and that morning, so very excited. So those are the type of learners I like working with, because when I learned about they're learning something. Not I know it all. I don't always know it all, but they know it all. But and they don't always try also because they feel like they know it all. I have a problem with sometimes them looking down on others because they know it all, and you expect them to help
them, the ones who
they know it all. So that's why I feel like I like working with more of the wanting to learn learners than the campus kind of learners.
Not personally, I don't know, this is my opinion, how I view it. But if you're a teacher or whatever, you can just comment down below what do you think. But I would love to think that but the educators who prefer the smarter kids and not give attention to abantwana who struggle, they are lazy. Because if you like, now I have to do this, I have to do that. Why meanwhile you were there to assist with such. Because already they know and whatever, so you don't have to go into depth with whatever that you're teaching.
That is so true, because I'm the teacher I was very shocked that because this going somewhere we had classes used to compete, and teachers would want to be class and I kind of came in an environment where that didn't really matter, as long as get past.
Motivation,
get past. And I was like, this is not exciting because I'm a bit competitive, but ingaske dibone results I want to improve from my term this term. I mean my donor end of the term percentage. What I forgot this. Overall, there's another word for it, but I'll get to it. My overall percentage for the term for term 1 is 65%. But but next term I want to push for 68. The term thereafter I want to improve all the time. Term average, yes. And like to make an improvement of.
Yes.
And it was never really a big thing. Because I'd see when I punch marks, man, the drawing, man, if there's improvement. Because it makes me feel better if there's improvement.
Definitely.
But if it's static and then it's just like, and then when I was speaking to some of the teachers, they really aren't bothered about that. It's just a matter of, as
long as they pass, as long as give some mom and then be then
we're gonna been a challenge at times, like they are challenges, don't worry. But been a challenge when it comes to that. There's certain things that like I want to be challenged all the time because I think that's where the improvement happens. Because now as a motivator, when I'm like, listen, you must first put me a top one.
Yes.
So that's also another thing that pushes them a lot. So, but
teaching requires quite a lot of patience.
Girl.
It also
a lot of patience.
I'm not antiquated to explain that anything.
Because I started with the mindset from the type of school I went to, you know. But then when I got there, it was very different. Like, you just continue. You know, and I think also with Tina, if you didn't understand, it was your responsibility to go get extra help.
Yes.
Extra classes privately, or I don't know what you do.
But make it happen.
Our part, you as the teacher need to make it happen. So, and I struggled with that first, and other teachers just continue. They'll work with the 5 that does understand, and the 45 that doesn't. Tough.
Yeah,
you lose. You know. And I struggled with that a lot. Like I didn't get that they didn't go home, get extra help, come back. So I would spend so much time trying to push, you know, till they understand. If man saying you're not going to finish on time your curriculum because you were supposed to spend a week on fractions. You were spending 2 weeks, you know. But challenges like between the lockdown.
I can imagine.
Is a moshi team so figure
andikwazi no-explaina into andikwazi andikwazi I can't even repeat myself even today into kayi-1 then ithethile andizoyiphinda you did you always want to teach like the young kids, or do you see yourself teaching in high school?
So e-qualification actually ends up until grade 9.
Oh, okay.
But I'm gonna be ready for high school because I felt like so I was like, nah, I'm good with grade 7. But if we're talking about the high school, then obviously grade 8, grade 9, but like grade 8, I'll do. But I think I'm still good with the grade 7s for now. It's going to be my second
Would you want to go lower from grade 7?
Yeah, that like PT. So with my first school, then grade 7. And then when I started going to like grade 7, grade 4, grade 5 even.
In between.
And I was just like not having that. And then from September, the 4th term, I moved to grade 4. Full time. Sweetheart. No.
Not for me.
Not for me. It's
not my cup of tea.
I don't think I can teach kids how to write in cursive.
Ooh.
No. And
cursive grade 1, grade.
If I go grade 4.
Grade 4.
You know, and you yenze inhloko and ke kwapha ucinga ababhadli abakabhadli basafuna miss ndifuna toilet because I'm the foundation phase by every 5 minutes because my aunt's on set, you know.
Yeah, it's very possible.
I still think they're not mature enough.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Immaturity is I don't think like I remember and at my mom's school there was a post for grade 2. And
grade 2.
The principal was like, man, come in, mama pass. I was like, sweetheart, me. Grade 4.
Yeah, so even to Tondolendo.
And patterns after, and it's too much work for me.
Yeah, it is.
Like, I want more of the learners that I can interact with
about
like in general, everyday things. So that's why I'm like, I like the mature.
And I feel like I'm more challenging as well.
No, are they too challenging? But when you're in grade 1, you need attention. Yeah, grade 1, 2, 3, that's your foundation.
Yeah.
So to be dealing with 50 kids and trying to install a foundation, come on by 50 out, it needs like I would prefer, as personally, when my daughter's in grade 1 or 2, 3, miss Bagdala. for a foundation phase, because they're good.
Yes,
They're
definitely,
good.
definitely.
Funny patience, they've experienced, so they know this.
But
Like,
yeah,
no
it's how
offense
we
to
do.
the I've got a couple of friends that studied foundation phase, and
But it's just a preference.
But it's just a preference.
Just a preference
Because
on your side.
we young and asnala patience.
Yes.
Manayo bona. You know, I think my grade 3 teacher was probably very old. Grade 2, she was fine. Grade 1 was quite young, surprisingly, but she was good. But yeah, but I would have like because of impatience.
Yeah.
And
2020 wasi better zaga with the pandemic.
seated.
I know schools are one of izinto that were affected kakhulu. You guys also need to navala for the longest time. Nipe I understand it. The song as I understand most because new fields I see Yuva. Make it make sense.
Asasebenza endlini sizozimane sithumela umsebenzi.
Njani guys, njani?
Ndandifonelwa ndandimaternity leave, but ndandifonelwa ndicacise futhi ndakhe ndafuna umsebenzi ndisesibhedlele ndathi please you know, I was like, no guys, it's not gonna happen. I'm about to give birth. I cannot recall focus. I was like, I'll attend after 2 weeks, mind you, to give maternity leave. And my substitute teacher is in the same WhatsApp group. But you know, so nice.
Yeah, I think the pandemic messed up everything, and obviously the syllabus was
it's changed drastically. It changed
in terms of sogan women. Because some of the schools, abantwana were like being homeschooled again. Because maybe funda online, don't. With your school, beniyanza lana.
Okay,
okanye mivesike yaphela yonke into yavesike yama.
Itricky ke ngokapha because you need to remember Scholar Sethu is also a non-fee school, so you can imagine that non-fee meaning ababhatali. You know, for those of you that don't,
which
a lot would pay school fees.
Which would fall like disadvantage.
Yes. So majority of them they live off igrandi and things like that. So what we did, we had to have WhatsApp groups for abazali. I had 47, 8 learners. I had about 20 something parents in my WhatsApp group. Yep, and that's Bapa
20. Ipenye 20.
It's either no phones, no data,
20 parents left the WhatsApp group.
20, you know. So we had that problem where not all the learners were getting the work. You can't get WhatsApp on it.
Yeah, and yes, the other thing is when it comes to such schools or in such situations that abanye babazali don't even work. Remember, uthi akubhatala, right? Abanye babazali don't even work. Abanye babantwana mhlawumbe they don't even have parents anymore. They are being looked after by umakhulu kanye umakhulu mdala wasn't doing about WhatsApp. Like,
yeah, so it was very tricky. So we would get work from the department and then we would just send it to the WhatsApp groups. But again, it didn't work out for everyone.
It will never.
It didn't. Like now, if I use my sister as an example, she goes to a private school. Bona, son, they've been working
living the best life.
They are working. And she'd rather much be at school because she feels like it's extra hours. You know, because the teachers talk the entire hour lesson where they would talk like for 30 minutes. And then you do work. So, you know, it's the whole staying at home thing is affecting to be honest. And then the alternating days, because we had to split the classes into 2 groups. Then group 1 as in namhlanje wamsokuza group 2, so wena mistress uyilo tape record ephinda inokabini. Umsebenzi has been trimmed. We even cut out two subjects. We cut out technology, we cut out creative arts. So
wow.
Technology I felt was a disadvantage because they're going to high school and there are learners that are going to do civil technology or engineering, graphic and design. So for them to la foundation, because I need some of the things we do is actually foundation going further up, you know. So emotionally to be honest, because we had to cut because but like last week and then the kids report a week or 2 later. Now again it's been extended. you know, now we're only going on, so then the kids are coming 2 weeks later, to being the 1st of February, and then
I feel like the whole thing is unfair, Shem. Like, I find it to be unfair in Doba, but all I have to think about government doing like, because you can't expect abantwana to be put on hold and abanye to carry on their lives. Yeah. Meanwhile, the pandemic is affecting everyone.
It's true.
It's already, I mean, like, disadvantaged schools already, abantwana bakhona already going through shit. When you know, abantwana they once they reach like varsity, college or whatever, tertiary level, like they go through the most because, I mean, they did not have a proper foundation. Now imagine taking that foundation and all that they had away, and they already had kids who were like ahead of them, leading. Now they are leading and go 50 steps ahead. And
no, it's messed up, guys. I don't. Making now from Ichomiam, she works in a Brackenfell, at a school in Brackenfell. SCT, apparently, schools are allowed to operate at full capacity now.
Kubo.
Well, everywhere apparently you're allowed to operate it depends on which school. But I hope it's not true. Well, I hope it's true and I hope it's not true. But if full capacity, yes, it works in our favor because then we finish the syllabus on time. But it also disadvantage.
But the thing is, you can't say iskolo man. It's up to the school. You can't put the onus on the school. I mean, at the end of the day, cases are gonna rise up more, and then some government will be like, "Oh, I can end up because the onus is on you. You decided by my meanwhile knowing that pandemic."
So because I mean we can't operate in a cubicle with 50 kids.
No.
It's feel it because after school because must cover up and we have to sit with these
we've got a long way to go. Especially with the education system, with everything in South Africa.
The education system is mess.
It's fine.
But if they have volume, you guys don't do anything.
No, it's fine. But I feel like it's a deep-rooted problem.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because they're and they're like, shut
Tula. Because it's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. I am doing What advice would you give to someone who's looking into taking teaching?
I hope you'll really be passionate about it. Because if you're passionate about something, whatever challenges there are, you are prepared to work through them. I was one along, but I can't do this, I want to give up whatsoever. Passion is going to drive you. You will not choose the school you want to. Be open-minded to go anywhere.
Ready for anything.
You know, unless they have a bursary in your scholar's Chile and they're like Safuna, or we'll fund your fees and then you'll come work for us. Because a friend of mine, around. So there's that too. You need to be patient. Very patient. The holidays are nice.
Young in the working hours, the holidays. All the damn time.
But I think the most important thing is you definitely need to be passionate about it.
Yes.
There's nothing tops it. If you're not passionate, then you're not going to enjoy it. Because and offend about okay. We call it a PGCE and so on. And a lot of the teachers that studied for 4 years kind of hate this whole PGCE thing because a lot of people actually do it because of money.
I
don't buy it. There's a tourism. No, but you know what? PGCE. It's a fancy tourism. Tourism is not even a thing anymore in schools, you know?
Yeah.
So now you're going to equip yourself to teach everything else. And then you realize you don't really like it.
Yeah.
You're only doing it because of money savings, but then you don't put in any effort as well. It doesn't excite
because
you.
I understand because I mean, for example, I remember in high school, when I was doing grade 12, they're giving out bursaries, a lot of bursaries. You guys should go into, and I was like, teaching and so I'm not going to go into teaching just because of that bursaries and whatnot.
Cooking was in charge.
Yeah.
Yes, we need a lot of teachers, but I'd like to think we need a lot of passionate teachers.
Yes,
there's a lot of things we need to break. Because once song is we be passionate about what we do, isn't was that change.
Exactly.
Change.
And I think
with also we've got a lot of there's a lot of conflict between the older teachers and the younger teachers.
Methods are not the same. So definitely
schools want young teachers, but once the young teachers are inside and they don't want a change. So it becomes tricky.
Government.
Nithi njengamagama nifuna fresh faces, young people, xa sesifika ngaphakathi aniculi and injalo. Then it's not by you intimidated or anything like that. You just are very comfortable.
They're comfortable and they don't want change. They don't want change.
Which is for me hard to understand. Because I mean, with Tina, e-technology is something we work with on a regular basis, and they're pushing Buti Gaku. But the older teachers just don't want to.
If they don't want to, how things are going to evolve? Because
laptop, smart board,
and it's not about you.
It's not about you. But I have to make it work because it's interesting for Rabanwan. I mean, when I was in school, that was fun for me, you know. How much more girl for Abba?
Exactly.
But I still I had that problem in maths, guys. That in a method and it division. And I felt, but because I love it, it works for me.
Yeah,
I'm going to use it. What do you say about no, sweetheart? You have to use one that works for everyone. You know, and this is an easier one.
Yeah.
Teach them this way. But with maths, there's obviously a lot of methods. But you need to expose them to different types of methods so that I care which works for them. Even in memorandum, always has a lot of methods so that you choose which lessons like you just mark that one correct because people learn differently also.
Definitely,
you know. So I had a very selfish moment when that happened. That's why I don't think I can do grade 4 because they foundation year division and I felt this is my comfort zone. I want to do this, you know. But it didn't work out for Rabanwana, so I had to learn the other methods just to cater for one. You know, there's other things I want to talk about, but I do want to talk about it. First, guys, Diana's looking on social media. I hunted down to say copy files what teachers do. No, I'd rather shut my mouth.
Just give me an idea within this.
It's not about
field.
You. Yeah, it's really not about you. It's about the 50 faces you see.
Yes, definitely.
You've passed that grade 10 years ago. So I say
it's not.
It's about getting them to pass. I had to learn that because now I'm not in my comfort zone because I was always scared, but I'm gonna say something wrong.
Yeah.
Or the learner's gonna realize, and they're gonna want to challenge, and then you're gonna get scared. But you need that challenge.
You need it.
But when I'm hey. You know, because the learners will challenge you.
Definitely.
But ma'am, why? Make 10 is it?
Yeah.
Make 10 is it? But why didn't it get resolved that way? Now you need to be on your toes. You aren't there to only teach, and then they learn. You there to learn as well. I've learned definitely. So much at the other schools that I've done my practicals at, and even Nalapa I've learned. I learn every day. I opened my mind about. I'm here to learn as well. I'm not just here to teach. Now we are every day. Every day, guys.
So I think we're gonna close the video here.
That's the process, teacher.
Yeah, I mean but the end is for you to be passionate about what you do.
Very important.
I think Londa is our reflector when doing whatever that you're doing. Thank you very much, ma'am.
I know, man, but be grateful.
Bayapaya ngokubantu baku-lockdown
lockdown is about in 3 years time.
Save, very good.
It will be great, better for
the best for you to save.
But I think we deserve more, yes, guys. We create the doctors, the engineers, all these top-notch professionals. Nonke phofu masingathibona nonke niphuma kwezi, you know,
nilapho nje
hayi bad guys. Ukhumsha nje uroroza dim
imisebenzi
and futhi English. This year I'm teaching English for grade 7s, all the classes. So, no, bazawutrain ma-Afrikaans learners, ma-isiXhosa learners, abo bamazorereza.
You can catch me on Facebook, Yoli Spaces, Instagram, Yoli_Spaces, and where can they find you, ma'am?
Facebook, IVIWE LAMANI, Twitter, IVI_LAM, Instagram also ivy_lam, and I'm private, but it's like accept it. It's like accept. One stalk if there's at
yes.
just follow, we can be friends. No, not really. Friendship next day. But I think I serve great content. I'm a good cool teacher.
Yeah, she is.
So
cool teacher, cool mom.
Cool everything.
Cool everything. Cool friend, cool sister,
Cool
cool
girlfriend,
daughter.
cool sister, cool daughter, cool dog.
This is Ambona more on this channel. Niyamazi kakhulu on Player Zone. Abamla live Player Zone, bayamazi ku Player Zone. Player Zone yena ngokwakhe. Player Zone. So nalapha ku Yoli Spaces abona more of her. Aniqabeli sombona ngoku. So friend, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity, and go sazi njengoba kwenzeka ntoni within your field. We appreciate it, and I'm sure nani nike an idea or two what you can expect. Kumandi bangumama simkile uvukile umntana. Bye guys.